Recorded live from their studio in Los Angeles, California, it's Brett and Alex in the Super Beard Show. This week, the news, not our top 5 90s movies. Brett gets grilled, and as always, Patreon presents Fan Q&A. The date is September 16th, 2022. Support this podcast at patreon.com/superbeardbros. My name is Ted Coonrot. Enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 9th ever episode of the Super Beard Show. I'm Alex over there, that's Brett.
Hello.
And I can see, what can I see? I can see his dark cut jeans that kind of are cascading down over his Nintendo sneakers. It's Ted in the back.
Hey,
Hey. This week's episode is called Meemaw-grade Gumbo. That's from Usagi. Thank you for that title. I hope we live up to that.
Two things. First off, of all the nonsense titles that we've had on this show,
Yeah.
Meemaw-grade Gumbo, probably my favorite one so far.
Yeah.
Also, the way that you wrote, you have to know that you wrote Usagi, in parentheses, Usagi, comma, no pronouns given, close parentheses. But the way that it's written, the no is on one line and then it breaks. So below that on the left side is pronouns given. So it's Usagi, no, break, pronouns given. So when I read Usagi, no, I'm like, oh, Usagi no Jimbo.
Honestly, it looks like when you're in a fighting game or something and you earn some sort of title that you can have over your head in the lobby.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what, I don't know.
You said Usagi no looks like that?
No, no pronouns given. It's he's Usagi and his title is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So your gamer tag, just a terrible, terrible phrase. Usagi is Usagi and then no pronouns given.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick. All right. I like it. Hey, thanks, Usagi.
Yeah. This is the Super Beard Show. Thanks for the, as you know, it's Patreon supported, patreon.com/superbeardbros. So go there if you want to support and have a chance to name the episode yourself. But
what kind of nonsense can you come up with?
Yeah. Can you beat Meemaw-grade Gumbo?
I don't think so.
But without any further ado, let's just jump into the news. This is the part of the show where we just talk about stuff that is going on in our lives. And today I've got the Nintendo Direct that happened this morning. It was 45 minutes long. It was crazy big.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like people in general were pretty underwhelmed by it, is the sort of, I mean, I haven't gotten anything but the initial reaction, which I don't think it's possible for it to be positive anymore these days, necessarily. But I right before the show started, I compiled a list of everything that was announced and covered in the Direct. And it's a pretty meaty, list of things. Obviously, the big things for this Direct were Fire Emblem Engage, which is the new Fire Emblem game that looks to be a little bit more battle focused, maybe based on the trailer. Octopath Traveler 2, which looks just as beautiful as the first one. Pikmin 4, which Miyamoto trolled everyone multiple times during that reveal. He was we have no gameplay, but here is a picture. He dead ass said that. And then the big one was, of course, that Tears of the Kingdom is the new name for Breath of the Wild 2, and that it's coming out May 12th. But yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff going on with this. I feel like it's probably just because TGS is going on. There's also a state of play that's happening after we're recording this today. So maybe we're missing some even bigger news. Maybe they're going to announce Metal Gear collection or something like that also today. But I think the big reason that everybody's disappointed today is that they thought that we were going to be receiving HD remakes of both Wind Waker and Twilight Princess for the Switch, as well as the Metroid Prime HD trilogy.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that for a long time.
Me too. And nothing would make me happier, right? But I feel like that's a lot to ask from one Nintendo Direct to get two Zeldas.
I wasn't waiting for it. I didn't know there was a Nintendo Direct.
No, I mean, not you.
I've been waiting for it since, they announced the Switch. I'm like, oh, well, you guys already had these games as a package for, what was that? The Wii U?
The Wii U, yeah.
Wii U.
And the Wii, I think.
And I was like, oh man, I would love to play that. I would love to have that on the go.
Yeah.
And, here's hoping one day.
Yeah, no doubt.
Not to mention the one that they actually promised.
The one that's still coming out, yeah.
Metroid Prime 4. That's that. I would told you. I think I've told this story before, maybe not on the podcast, but like I had no use for a Switch. I was like, if they announce Metroid Prime 4, or like another one, and a Smash, I'll buy it. And they did, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. And the Smash came out eventually. That fucking Metroid Prime, where the hell is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they at least have been fairly forthright with the fact that they were like going down one road and they considered it a failure and basically restarted development. So we will hear about it soon. But like Bayo 3's here. That's coming out next month after being announced 7 years ago or something like that. I thought the craziest thing on here for me of all the things that they announced was the fact that they are doing GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64 app, and it's going to have online multiplayer. That seems crazy to me. Like,
I guess it has to in this day and age, right?
It's just weird. Like, I don't know. Like, that's not even like how many people are really going to play that?
I don't know.
I guess I'm being like a party pooper there a little bit, but kind of interesting to me that they're doing online on GoldenEye when like everybody's like, it's essential. We played it for hours and hours, but like it is completely unrecognizable as a shooter in this day and age in terms of controls or like mechanics. I don't know. It's just strange to me, but more power to them. I'm always down to like have people be able to do things with games that they've never done before. Anything that makes people play old video games, I'm into it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anything that looking at this list that seems exciting to you particularly?
I'm looking forward to the Zelda, of course.
Yeah.
I'm reading it right now. There's a lot of things that for all I know, you made up because I don't know.
Dude, the best game is Various Day Life.
Yeah. Are you sure you're not messing with me right now?
It's Square Enix.
Okay, I know Resident Evil, but I'm not excited about any of that.
I don't know if I would ever buy
That's
a cloud.
the MO of the Switch, by the way. It's like this game that's been out for 10 years.
It's here.
It's finally coming.
Yeah.
But like, shut my mouth because there's like I know at least 2 people who like genuinely get excited when that happens. So
these are all the new ones, at least, like the Switch can't run them, but you can play them.
I won't say I'm excited for Zelda because it's too far.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That's about it though.
Yeah. I want to be excited for Pikmin. He says that he's streamlined the gameplay a lot and that it's going to be like low to the ground so you can see the Pikmin at their level a little bit better. And he showed a photograph of it. I think that's going to be pretty good. I'm pretty excited. I think Pikmin 4, like Pikmin is a game series that comes out, everybody loves it, and then like nobody cares for any amount of time afterwards. I know there's diehard Pikmin fans out there, but it doesn't hold the global attention.
Diehard Pikmin?
Yeah, there's
like the big purple one. Is he like Gruber?
He wakes up and he's like his
now
wife.
I have a piece of the spaceship.
It's like doesn't even make. There's like one astronaut and the Pikmin are like trying to kill him.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of a bunch of Germans, just a bunch of Pikmin. And that one black guy in the sweater downstairs. Yeah. He's the I don't know what the fuck he is. I don't know. He's that thing that looks like a strawberry, but it's a monster.
That like mushroom.
The one that makes a sound like that guy
that eats everything. Yeah,
that's him.
I'm also psyched for Theater Rhythm Barline. I love those fucking Theater Rhythm games. I don't know why. I love those.
Not falling for it. You made that up.
Yeah, it's those like Final Fantasy rhythm games.
No, you're making it up.
Yeah,
doesn't exist.
Various Day Life is like actually hilarious. Yeah, and also Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star DLC is hilarious to me. But yeah, that's about it on the news. What do you got for the news? What's going on in your zone?
You want to hear some news?
Yeah. It's like, whatever. It doesn't need to be really real news. It can just be what's going on in Bretttown.
Oh yeah, you just want to update?
Brettopia.
Okay. Well, my aunt bought me a scale.
Unbidden?
Well, I've been on the treadmill for the past like month.
Okay, bless.
Outside.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's great.
So it's like a good supportive move from a family member who's taking an interest, not like
it was not completely out of the blue.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't just like take the hint, fucker. But she got it, and I don't know where to put it. Because like there's like no spot. in the bathroom where it won't be like in the way.
It's a lot to ask of a square of bathroom real estate. In most houses.
It looks like a nice size thing. So I haven't opened it yet, but the box said it talks.
Oh.
The box said talking scale. I'm like, bro, I don't want this motherfucker announcing my weight every time.
You have 3 points left on your license.
Yeah, I know. Fucking Alex calls me in the morning. He's like, hey, you weigh yourself yet? I'm like, yeah, I weighed myself. Major. How many pounds?
Brett, I can't believe we're not going to work yet. Get out of the bathroom. Why aren't you taking me to work?
You're my mom. Yeah. Okay. They've been announcing your weight all over the radio all morning, you big doof.
It's a talking scale. It's on a podcast.
Chinese dude comes to my window.
Dude.
Good philosophy. Dude. It's good and bad.
If that was a real thing, that would be like probably I would never leave the house.
That's what
again.
I'm saying. I want to make friends with a Chinese man that comes to my window. Are you kidding me?
He has like wisdom for me after he feeds me lunch.
You are fired.
Reads my mail for me if I need him to. I love that.
Can I talk about that? That's the fucking news.
What? The Fifth Element?
One night, I tried my hardest to find it.
The Fifth Element?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that? No. The character, Finger, is fascinating to me. It's probably because his voice is so gravelly and smoky. It's like some sort of mix between Vin Diesel and my man Michael Wincott.
The guy on the phone?
Finger. Yeah. So I tried to look it up and he's not listed. Like,
really?
Yeah. Otherwise it'd be easy to the quest would be over, right?
I wonder if he's like someone. I wonder if he's like
that voice, man. He's clearly an actor, right? Whether it's a voice actor or like an on-screen actor, like that wasn't just some dude.
Unless it's like some guy who's not union, like maybe it's like, a producer or a director type person.
Well, my point is that whoever does this acts. Like that wasn't just like the acting was too good.
It's,
you know what I mean?
It's memorable. It's like actually like one of the more memorable characters in the movie, I would say, and you barely even.
So like if anybody out there, like, I don't want you to like hit me up or anything, but like I'm just letting people know, like if your Finger, let me know, because a lot of people online like it's Vin Diesel. I'm like, and then like other people were the smart ones were like, no, it's not. Like it sounds similar. It's clearly not Vin fucking Diesel.
How old is he at that time?
Vin Diesel in 97? I don't know.
Well, I guess Iron Giant's around that old. But no, it's not. It's like 5 years older than that, isn't it? Or newer than that, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, I don't know how old Vin Diesel is. Like he could have done it.
Does he have that kind of pull in Hollywood at that point? I don't know.
It's not Vin Diesel. It's not Vin Diesel.
It doesn't sound like Vin Diesel.
Like I said, it's kind of Michael Wincott-ish.
Yes.
And I just one night I fell into an internet hole of trying to find out like who is Finger. Because I just like this, like he's one of my favorite, like he's the only person that has a real relationship with Corbin in that movie. The only person
who like actually knows him. Yeah.
Maybe the guy from Blade Runner. Maybe kind of.
The general.
Right. Maybe him. But I just think their relationship is real cute. You know what I mean? It was like what happened? Just found a picture of you. Must be an old picture. You know what I mean? Yeah. See you tonight. I fucking love Finger.
He sounds like a Resident Evil guy or something. Like he just the way the acting choice is so like
major.
Yeah.
How many points?
I love that. All right. Well, that's the news.
How the fuck did I start talking about Finger?
You want to know something crazy?
Wait, we were on the scale.
We were doing points on the license.
Right. The guy. Yeah. My scale roasting me. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I
hope it works out.
I hope my scale sounds like Finger.
That would be if it is Finger.
Could you imagine?
That would be.
I would know that my life is a simulation at that point.
It's like too customized.
Bless you, Ted. I heard you sneeze.
Thank you.
This motherfucker on mic and he just sneezed.
Yeah. You want to know?
I held it in.
Yeah. I heard it.
You want to know something really funny though? Just like pure coincidence. The next segment is not our top 5. This is a segment that we've done on the show a couple times. Not our top 5, where we get top 5s from our patrons. And this week's topic is top 5 90s movies.
Oh boy!
So we asked for their top 5 90s movies. We're gonna read.
What'd you give them? What's the criteria?
I said, "What's your top 5 90s movies?"
Oh man, this is gonna be a fucking.
And why for the most part?
Oh, why?
And why for the most part?
Right.
Yeah. So,
but still, like everyone's criteria is gonna be all over the place. This is gonna be something.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's what you gotta do. You gotta wade into the crap, right?
All right.
Well, so here's our not our top 5. Top 5 90s movies. You want to take the first one?
This is from RJ. Oh, is this ascending order? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming in at number five. RJ says, we got a tie for Wayne's World 1 and 2 because I'm putting both these some bitches in here somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess you like Wayne's World. Number 4, Silence of the Lambs. My guy, Sir Anthony Hopkins, ? Infinitely parodied cultural icon. Mm-hmm. Do me a favor. Increase the size on this bitch, will you please?
Yeah, you got it.
For my old man eyes.
If it does this, is this good? Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Number 3, Forrest Gump. Instant classic, infinitely quotable, always a good time.
I'm loving this word infinitely.
That's twice it showed up.
3 times.
3?
Infinitely parodied, instant. Oh, no. You're right.
Oh, okay.
I was tripping.
Number 2 from RJ is Pulp Mother Lovin' Fiction Cinematic Masterpiece. John Travolta? Sometimes he's not sure who's in these movies. Because at first it was like, my guy, Sir Anthony Hopkins? John Travolta, Samuel, Bad Motherfucker, L. Jackson, Wild Ride, start to finish, mind blown like Marvin in the backseat.
God damn.
Yeah, this guy's just listing his favorite movies. Yeah.
And he's kind of also like doing it's like a little bit of flow poetry.
Number 1, we got the big one. Morgan Freeman, Tim Robbins? No, she's not sure. It's Shawshank Redemption. Only man to crawl 500 yards through a river of shit and come out clean on the other side. Yeah, these are, let's see. Number 1, excellent film. Number 2, excellent film. Number 3, excellent film. Number 4, excellent film. Number 5, I like those movies.
Wayne's World?
Yeah, I like them.
Here's the thing about Wayne's World. They have like 80s movie energy to me. Like they definitely are from the 90s, no doubt. But like something about them feels very 80s to me. Maybe it's just because there's like so much like rock in it. So it's like pulling it back in time a little bit.
Maybe.
But like, I don't know, like something about it being like a Mike Myers, Dana Carvey vehicle feels very 80s to me.
They scream 90s to me, the two of them. Their
Really?
careers like, yeah.
That's true.
'Cause
I
their
mean,
careers
Austin Powers, yeah.
kickstarted in the 90s.
Dana Carvey?
Absolutely.
That's true. You're right. You're like 100% right. They're just, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a little too young, but they seem so old school to me. They never even would enter my mind as 90s movies. Weirdly, but maybe
they're very early 90s. So
that's true.
I'll
That's
give you
true.
that. Hey, thank you, RJ.
What do you think Red and Andy did like right after? You think they like went and got like some burritos?
Oh man. Okay, what did Andy Dufresne and
Like-
Red do? What is Red's last name again?
No idea.
Oh shit.
No memory. I have
Oh,
no
okay.
memory.
So they were in Mexico, San Guatanejo.
Do you think tax law is similar in Mexico? Like, do you think he could cut it?
What are you asking me? Are you asking me if Andy Dufresne was laundering money in Mexico?
Well, he's like a tax guy or something, right? He's like an
I don't think he
accountant.
was doing any taxes in Mexico.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so. What did they do? I think they hugged it out,
For sure.
and I think they got a beer. I think they got beer.
Yeah.
Cervezas.
It feels true to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. I really can't argue with this list. I don't think Wayne's World would enter my mind, but like this is a list that you can't really like debate this list too much. All these movies are real good movies.
I mean, yeah, I agree that most of these are pretty damn good. I don't know if I'd put any of these in my favorite.
I think I'd probably put Pulp Fiction in my list.
Sure.
But I did not think about my own list. I didn't think about it 1 second because that's not our top 5. Next one's from Awful Possum. He says, "This is a tough one. I'll try my best as a 30-year-old that has rewatched these movies as I grew up."
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, these are not in any order, I don't think.
I'm reading these, and this is a list. Holy shit.
These are not in order, or at least they're not numbered.
Okay.
A Goofy movie, probably my favorite. I have all the songs memorized, and at some point in my youth, I could do the power line dance. Tevin Campbell deserves more credit, in my opinion.
I like some Tevin Campbell.
Yeah, I'm all about that Goofy movie. I love this is so weird to say, but like, you know when Winnie the Pooh like smacks his lips at like honey, and it's like this beautifully animated liquid honey.
Yeah.
So there's like something about whatever that animation is. It's kind of Don Bluthian in my mind a little bit. Whatever that luscious, liquidy sludge animation is, I'm like very much associating that also with the Goofy movie.
Oh, because of the Leaning Tower of Cheetah.
The Leaning Tower of Cheetah
Yeah.
and the fact, and they're like in like a rapids situation, like halfway through the movie or towards the end of the movie, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Next one, Tombstone. I watched this movie a lot when my parents had it on. We'd often just let it play if we catch in the middle on TV somewhere.
Wow.
I kind of agree. I love Tombstone. It's definitely like a watch it with my dad and my uncle's movie. My Cousin Vinny, another movie my family watched a lot as I was growing up. Really love this movie to this day. Quote, the interaction between Vinny and the judge, the two Utes.
Man.
The two Utes.
Fred Gwynn, there's been no one like him, dude. What a guy.
Herman Munster.
Fucking, what's his name? Jed. I forget the character's last name, but yeah, Herman.
Yeah.
Like what a guy.
He has that voice that like sounds like a speaker. Like when he speaks, it sounds like it's coming out of a speaker at Disneyland. Like I don't even like he's like a guy on Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah,
he's got a lot of power in that chest.
Is My Cousin Vinny from the 90s?
I think it might be early 90s. Yeah,
that's another one that I'm like, oh yeah, from the 80s with Wayne's World. Next, The Fifth Element. I never saw this one growing up. I always heard it was great and knew of its cult following. A movie my parents either didn't watch or had no interest in it. The first time I watched it was actually a Masterbeard theater.
That's awful.
Then I watched it afterwards without commentary.
Yeah, good idea.
What a solid adventure flick.
Jesus Christ.
The Fifth Element is absolutely one of my favorite 90s movies. It's one of my favorite movies. I don't think there's any way it would
make my top 5 list, but I love that movie.
It's like, I love it an unreasonable amount. I like it more than I would like. It's like beyond a movie for me. I just love The Fifth Element. And then lastly, Robin Hood Men in Tights. My favorite Mel Brooks film. Also one of my wife's favorite movies in general. A bunch of funny one-liners and bits I quote to this day as well. I love Richard Lewis in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah. What's the fucking... we changed it from shithouse. It's a good change.
I love when he's like, I have a mole?
It keeps moving. It's
like such a ridiculous...
That's a great bit. I love it. I have a mole?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm bad! I hate that guy.
That movie also is another one that I think probably because it's a Mel Brooks movie, it just feels older than it is. It's definitely from the 90s.
Oh, yeah. Mid-90s. Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels older than it is. Oh, yeah. P.S. This was really a hard list to write. I could have easily put 5 animated movies, but part of me felt it would have been a cop-out because of Disney's animation renaissance. A few honorable mentions: Beauty and the Beast, The Iron Giant, Austin Powers, Hercules, Rush Hour.
He's like, also, take these.
Clerks.
Rush Hour, Jesus Christ.
Rush Hour is a movie I have near and dear to my heart, but I would never put it on my top 5 of the decade. But I love Rush Hour. Same, pretty much with all of these. Same with all these. Hercules I kind of missed as a kid. I didn't really understand that movie. I just didn't have it in my lexicon until I was older. Clerks is another one that's like...
Clerks.
Like, definitely not my favorite View Askew.
Oh, shit. No, I was like, maybe Chasing Amy's in my top 5. I don't think it is, but like, I do
Chasing
like
Amy and Dogma are like very good to me. Like, I don't know that he's topped those. Yeah, but that's Awful Possum. There you go. Oh, this one's a nice...
Thank you, Awful Possum.
It's a nice brief one here for you.
Okay, here comes the list from Cool Fox. You ready?
Yeah.
It's pretty fast. Rumble in the Bronx, Three Kings, Speed, Casino, Rounders. Interesting stuff.
I don't think that I need to know. And I think this is like I don't know if it's just because I worked at a video store or what, but this as your top 5, like really is a great... Like, I really feel like I have an idea of like what kind of person you are even.
What kind of person is Cool Fox?
I feel like Cool Fox has someone in their life who is from a generation above them, who is either a like vet or like a cop or something like that. Somebody who's got like a job where they got to be badass.
Excuse me.
And like... This taste in movies is somebody who was young in the 90s and who grew up watching their dad's movies. Or they're like, whoever this person is. Three Kings, a great movie.
Jesus Christ.
I'm surprised to see that on a top 5 of the 90s.
Who was that? That was Ice Cube, Wahlberg?
And Clooney? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All I remember is we 3 kings be stealing the gold.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally all I remember.
That actually is a movie you should go back and watch. You'll be like, oh, that was a good one. you'd rather have the song.
I'm all right.
You'd rather it be all about the song forever.
Yeah, I'm not that curious.
I love that. Rounder's also a great movie. Casino. I don't even really need. It's like talking about the Beatles. Speed is another movie
Fucking Casino, man.
Speed is another. Like Speed is like the most '90s movie I can think of.
That's a conversation. What's the most 90s movie?
Buzzcut Keanu Reeves in a bulletproof vest, and his buddy is Jeff Daniels.
What's the most
90s? Die Hard with a Vengeance. Small Soldiers.
You could have been Die Hard with a Vengeance. That had been made in the 80s or 2000s. You wouldn't blink an eye.
That's true. Small Soldiers.
No, you could put
That's
that
a little
anywhere,
80s.
too. What's the most 90s movie?
The Matrix.
No way.
That's
That was ahead of its time.
Yeah, but it's so. I mean, it's
not 90s.
Yeah, it's very like early 2000s actually.
What's the most 90s movie? Oh, it's Hackers. The answer's Hackers. The answer's Hackers. Got it. Let's move on.
Or Clueless.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: Clueless,
Clueless
you
still kind of rings true.
You can feel Clueless in Mean Girls 10 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What year did Heathers come out?
80 something.
Yeah.
I think it's Hackers, bro.
Yeah, you're pretty the part where it's like they're having to like hack off and it's like and there's like flaming letters on the screen.
Fucking Fisher Stevens, is that his name?
The guy with the hair.
He like comes in on a skateboard. Like it's him. Like that's that movie, bro.
Fisher Stevens.
Like the cast. The dude, it's
those
Hackers.
glasses. The fact that it's Angelina Jolie. It's like so weird. Another one though is Gone in 60 Seconds. Bleached Angelina Jolie.
That was the year 2000.
Dang, no way.
I'm pretty sure.
That's weird. Okay, Thomas Wayne. Next person. This is the same person that was Bruce Wayne. They left a thing that was like, let's see how many Wayne family members I can use before I use my real name.
Okay.
So this is Thomas Wayne this time. Born in 88, so in no particular order. I'm also born in 88, by the way. Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. Austin Powers. That's the second one?
Yeah.
Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. That's the first one.
My man gave you the full title.
Men in Black, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and The Mask.
This guy,
pretty 90s.
He likes his comedies.
That's pretty 90s, though. That's a pretty 90s list.
These are all the 90s.
Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, like, is maybe like a little dated now. Like, in terms of like, you can tell that it's not from this decade anymore, right?
I could tell that from all the movies we said.
For sure. But I'm just saying Ace Ventura as a funny movie is still very funny. Jim Carrey is crazy in the 90s. He's like a crazy person that should not be real. I also really love Men in Black. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, again, not a movie I made. I might not put that on my like list of movies that I think are the best from the 90s, but movies that I watched a lot from the 90s. Whew, this is a pretty close list to mine. I didn't really watch The Mask that much. I thought The Mask was kind of weird. Creeped me out a little bit. The wooden mask. Do you remember the like wooden version of The Mask?
Yeah, before he put it on.
Yeah, that fucks me up.
That's the part that fucked you up?
It just scared me when I was like a little boy. I don't know. I have no way to back that up. I watched Men in Black, no problem. I feel like that's way scarier.
Thank you, Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas. Next one's for you.
This is from Moritz. Moritz opens up with Hocus Pocus, still quoting the Three Sisters to this day. Oh, look, another glorious morning. Makes me sick. Fun stuff, yeah. The Mummy, absolute classic, particularly on my mind with Brendan Fraser being in the news recently. Is he in the news? Is he okay?
He's back.
So he's doing good.
Yeah, he got like an 8-minute ovation at Cannes. He's doing great.
So he's doing good.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is The Prince of Egypt. Stunning visuals and great music. I remember that one. I think I saw it once in class.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Disney's Aladdin. One of my favorite. Oh, shit. Yo, hit us with that European spelling of favorite.
Favorite.
One of my favorite Disney childhood movies. The second one isn't great. The third one's a banger. All right.
Got some shade.
My man was talking about the whole trilogy. Wow. Yeah. Oh shit, coming in with Schindler's List. Woo! Nice. That movie is brute. I love it. A bit of whiplash in this list. I was probably too young when I watched the first time, but it really had a lasting impression. Yeah. No shit.
But like beyond the like imagery of the movie, like beyond the fact that it's like a Holocaust movie, it's such a like raw movie. Like for something that's directed by Steven Spielberg, it's like very like the acting is like really like weirdly realistic, and it looks like it's shot on like home video sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
interesting movie.
I think that's definitely purposeful.
Oh, of course. It's just really it's just really, I think one of the most evocative movies that Steven Spielberg has made. It's like he's most invisible in it. Like it doesn't feel like a Spielberg. It just feels like something that came out of him. I don't know. interesting movie. Yeah.
Well, Moritz continues, I'd probably change a couple of things if I thought more about it, but I wanted to keep it snappy. Oh, thanks for being punctual, Moritz. Thanks for the list.
I vibe on that. What's missing?
From?
Like, what movies didn't get any love in these lists?
Oh, is that the end?
That's all of them. Yeah.
Well, I'd be throwing Fight Club and The Matrix on here.
Fight Club, yeah. Gladiator, maybe.
Gladiator's 2000.
Oh no, is it really?
Mm-hmm.
What about Tom Hanks, Saving Private Ryan? That's 90s, right? 98, something like that.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
I'd be throwing The Matrix on here. I'd be throwing Fight
Matrix
Club on
99,
here.
Fight Club.
99 had some stuff in it. Best movies. Maybe Shawshank is up there, dude. Fuck me, Shawshank is good.
Shawshank is... I don't watch it that often just because it's like... You really got to be in the mood to... I don't like, crisp up some chicken strips and sit down and watch Shawshank.
I feel the exact opposite. Anytime that movie's on, which is often, and I'm flipping channels, and I catch that thing anywhere, I'm like, yeah, dude.
There's like some parts of that movie that are so upsetting to me that it like makes me cry.
I love it.
Yeah.
The world went and got itself in a big damn hurry. I saw an automobile once when I was a boy. Now they're everywhere. They got me a bag. Sorry, I ruined the line. Let me try again.
Let me take it again from the top.
Yeah, what, can I try again? They got me a job bagging groceries at the Foodway.
Bagging groceries at the Foodway.
It's true. I don't like it here anymore.
It's like a computer playing each word individually.
That's how he read it. It was sad.
What about what would go on here? Like, I'm trying to think. Titanic, I feel like could go on this list.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie Brown could go on this list.
Jackie Brown, Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 should... there were some Terminator 2s out there in the world. People did say Terminator 2. I had one that I wanted to say that's from the 90s, but it's gone like tears.
Oh, Hackers.
Oh, yeah. Hackers, one of the best movies that I have ever seen. Oh, yeah, but that's it. That's it for not our top 5 90s movies.
Thank you guys for your submissions.
Yeah, that was fun. I got to talk about The Fifth Element. And it was...
That's a movie, man. I love The Fifth Element to death.
Yeah.
But if I sit down and think about The Fifth Element, which I do often.
Yeah.
That movie, how do I put this? There's certain things I value in movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say there's 5 vectors, right?
Yeah.
Let's say those vectors aren't created equal, right? Like, let's say vector number 1, like, that's the thing I care about most in movies and storytelling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you got to have this probably, right? In order for me to like it. And then it keeps ascending. Vector number 2, I need a little bit less of. Vector number 3,
Yeah.
So vector number 5 is like something that I enjoy. Let's say it's the acting, right? Like, of course I love some great acting, but if it's not great, then it's not going to ding the flick as much as like missing number 1, right? The Fifth Element is one of those strange movies where I feel like it has none of vector 1, 2, or 3, really, but it has like a little bit of 4 and like tons of 5. And I'm not saying what 5 is. I'll tell you what 5 is for the Fifth Element for me, which is just like a charming world with characters and a fascinating
like art direction.
It's not just the art, but direction in general too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that stuff I care about. Obviously, it's one of my vectors, but it's low on that list. And so normally I would dismiss this film like it has nothing for me, but it has so much of 5 that I can still enjoy it, even though like 1, 2, 3 are like missing.
I think about it like music.
Does that make sense?
I 100% understand what you're saying. It's really not, and it's true for me too. Like other movies that make my short list of movies that I enjoy, like another one, Fargo should be up here somewhere.
Love Fargo.
Yeah, like other movies that would make my short list have a lot of more in common than Fifth Element does. But it's the same thing. Like for me, it's like music. Like you can't really account for why you like certain songs. I don't think necessarily. Like they just evoke something in you that is hard to describe physically. And I feel like Fifth Element, like even Luc Besson, or however you pronounce his name, like as a director, like I don't even love the rest of his movies nearly as much as this. Like he made like The Professional, I think, and I think he made like La Femme Nikita. And I think he made like a bunch of other like more recent movies that are kind of wacky. But this movie has like this like John Carpenteriness to it or something. This kind of like hard commit, but like hokey looking kind of vibe to it that really is enjoyable to me. Like, I haven't seen anything that even looks like the Fifth Element since the Fifth Element came out in any way that doesn't, I don't know. Everything that looks like the Fifth Element to me, when I see it in movies now, I just think about the Fifth Element. Like it's such a take that I can't be mad at it for not being like, necessarily the strongest plot or the strongest, the stuff that's happening doesn't make that much sense really, but it's, just fun. It's just like so committed. So like they go into her belly to get the rocks out. You never see her in the movie before. There's like that deaf, like bride dude.
Yeah.
Like
there's a deaf guy in the movie.
Like
there's a deaf actor. Yeah.
It's like a weird, like,
to who?
Yeah. Like the comedy scene in a casino. They got like little sailors going around. It's just a wacky movie. Ian Holm should not be in this movie. Yeah. Sounds like Avatar a little bit. Has that kind of Avatar vibe to it.
Let's just go watch The Fifth Element, you guys.
I'm not even like, there's nothing wrong with that to me right now. I would love
Whenever
to
I see like a full chicken nowadays, I always go, good chicken.
Chicken good. Yeah. Or plays. How plays. Whenever I ask Kelly to do something that I know she doesn't want to do.
I can't. Sorry.
When she's like sleeping or something, I'm like,
man, the score in that movie. Jesus Christ.
It's
the
truly
music in that movie.
It's truly an like you should go check it out.
The music in that movie always struck me as bless you. It is the musical equivalent. What's the name of the fucking mishmash language in Blade Runner?
Oh,
low speak, right?
Yeah, low speaker. Yeah.
The music in that movie struck me as low music, low score.
Yeah,
because there's like Eastern influences and like
pastiche,
industrial shit. Like it sounds like a patched together job, just like the city felt patched together all these different cultures.
Yeah,
I fucking loved it.
Such weird things like the fact that for some reason it's called a golden menu.
2 golden menus.
Like what the fuck is a golden menu? That's like
that's the name of a number one in the future.
It's like terminology from another country's like language, grammar. It's like it's just interesting.
2 golden menus.
The McDonald's actually signed on.
Hey, you know what my favorite airline is?
The
one with all the ethnically ambiguous platinum blonde girls. Love it.
I don't even think they're real. I think they're robots.
No, he went down on that girl. She's real.
Maybe they just got good ass robots.
She's real.
Yeah, but her legs. No, it doesn't matter. All right.
Oh, how about this? We need some heat. There's just goblins in the movie. There's the gremlins. There's fucking plane gremlins.
Little space fucker, and they never talk about it either.
There's so much in the movie they never talk about.
Yeah. If you are a Fifth Element veteran, like us, and you want some more, I would say that you should watch. I had to work up the courage to say that.
It's okay.
If you want that, I would recommend watching Valerian, and I would recommend going in with an open mind. It's a comic by Mobius, who did the art direction for this. He's a comic book artist, and it's directed by Luc Besson. And it's got some
more?
It's got some flavor to it that's in common with the Fifth Element. I don't know if it's as good, but if you love that movie, I say deep cut, go watch Valerian. But that's all
right.
Okay. That's segment 1. Segment 2 is Brett Gets Grilled.
What the hell is this?
So the week that you were gone, we couldn't ask a normal Q&A question without messing up the order of the questions, right? Since it was kind of like a Gaiden episode. So I came up with a bonus thing for people to send in a response to instead, for Brett to answer from when it was back from being away. So we're going to ask you those things now in a segment I'm calling Brett Gets Grilled. So here's what the deal is. We ask people to ask you overly intimate questions.
God damn it. All right, that's fine.
And once you've heard each question,
you
can either answer it honestly, no harm, no foul, or you can decide to pay Ted an earnest compliment based off our pre-written list of complimentary get-fors.
Hey.
So give me an example of something that Ted,
So I have a question for you at number 1 and a question for Ted about Ted at number 1. So there'll be different categories of things that you need to come up with a from your heart, earnest compliment to Ted about. I can't tell you what those things are.
I don't think I'll have a problem complimenting Ted.
Maybe you will, maybe you won't, right?
Aw.
That's what I'm saying. I want an example. Like, why? Like, I don't understand like a category of compliment. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like hair.
Like a
say
get,
something-
yeah, like a get for, yeah. But I don't want to spoil. I don't want to burn you. But yeah, there's a specific one for each question, so it's kind of like a minefield. You don't know what's going to be the question for Ted.
Sure.
So that makes sense, right? We're going to ask 15 questions. These are all anonymous questions because I don't want anybody tied to these questions. Like,
Oh wow.
this person asked this, just in case.
That's fucking cowards.
Well, because I wanted them.
Cowards.
I wanted them to feel free to be a little darker than they normally would be.
A little more creepy.
Yeah. They were all asked by patrons. Patreon.com/SuperBeardBros.
Nah, man. I'm trying to get an A. I'm trying to like.
You want to go straight through no Ted compliments, is what you're saying?
Ideally.
Yeah.
But I realistically, you said there's 15 questions. I want to get at least 12. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Is that an A? I want to get an A.
If you do 12, I'll give you an A.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right. What if I do 15? What do you get me?
I'll get you a chicken sandwich.
From?
Popeyes or your choice.
Okay.
Anywhere you'd like. How about that?
Oh, man.
Any chicken sandwich you'd like.
Major.
Yeah.
I want a chicken sandwich.
If you get a 15. Here we go. I got them on my phone so that you can't see them before we go. So here.
that makes sense.
So let me pull those up. Okay, here we go. Number 1.
Mm-hmm.
What's the funniest way that you've accidentally hurt yourself?
The funniest way. Yeah, this one's funny. I got out of the shower maybe like a year or so ago, but like somebody was washing the bath mat outside the shower. I'm like, fuck. So I have to be careful because I'm flat-footed as fuck.
Okay.
And so like,
Prone to slipping?
I'm not prone to slipping, but when I'm out of the when if I'm with wet feet,
Yeah.
on that linoleum or whatever,
Yeah.
I need something to grip my toes into.
That's just dead ass danger. That's like going onto ice.
So I decided I needed to take a shower. I'm like, shit, there's no bath mat down here. So I stepped out of the shower and I immediately slipped and fell. So I don't know if you've ever been in my toilet, but like there's like the little like step in shower with the closed door on the left.
Okay.
I open that and directly across from that is the toilet facing like north.
Right.
Right. So I slip, I fall into the toilet where like somehow I end up with in the door, like, look, here's the shower, right?
Yeah.
On the left, here's the door to get in the bathroom. Here's the toilet facing this way.
The door's in between.
Exactly. Right. So when I fall, my back ends up against the closed bathroom door.
Yeah.
But my shoulder and part of my back ends up against the toilet. And like, it was like Doc Brown shit.
Yeah.
Where like my head hit the fucking tank and it broke off a piece of the porcelain.
Oh my God.
And my back hit and leg hit the toilet. So I was kind of like one leg up, like one leg was stretched out on the ground and the other leg was kind of like up on like where the still in the shower.
Kind of had like a mortar shell shooter situation going on with your legs.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So I hit that tank pretty hard. Like the toilet moved on
For it to break?
The part of the tank broke. The tank behind like the top of it broke a little.
Like the lid?
Not the lid, like right beneath the lid.
Oh,
like
shit.
The tank.
Okay.
Water didn't come out because it was above the water line.
God damn.
But some part of the tank broke. I hit my head. I hit my shoulder and back. And there was big bruising going on after that.
Hilarious.
But I like, if someone saw it, it would probably be pretty funny.
Like Peter Griffin vibes, yeah.
But Peter, like on that show, they like hit the ground like poof, it's like one framers, right?
Yeah.
I imagine that I fell for the equivalent of like if someone saw it, it was like slow motion falling.
And then you back up and the guard is actually chained to the table with manacles, like in the Prestige.
Yeah, I fucked up, man. And
God.
Yeah. I think it would have been pretty funny to look at.
Did you get a concussion?
No, not at all.
God damn. But you broke the toilet with your head?
I don't think I broke the toilet with my head. My head dinged something.
Yeah.
But I think what broke the toilet was just my body.
It's like force. Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
God damn. All right. Well, number 1, down. Number
go.
2, if you had the ability to remove one moment / person out of the history of your life,
Oh my God.
what and who would that, what / who would that be?
I don't want to remove anyone. Are you kidding me?
If you could.
Moment / person? Nah, dude, that's like you're pulling on threads there, dude. You remove something that's going to change your life, right? Because like the first person I thought of was that girl Tony that I gave my fucking Dreamcast and all the games to, right? But here's the thing: if I didn't give my Dreamcast and games to Tony that I never saw again,
Yeah.
I'd be. Who knows what I would have given to some other girl? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you might have a copy of Cannon Spike in 2022.
I never owned Cannon Spike, so it never would have. But like, no, dude, I had everything. I had Third Strike, CVS 2.
Oh,
All of them gone.
that's still not available.
Gone. They're all gone.
CVS 2, you can't like play that still. That's crazy.
So if I just remove someone from my life, like that, like I never knew them.
One moment or one person.
Oh, one moment?
Or one person.
One moment.
Moment / person.
One moment. For a moment like this.
I'd rather have Ruben Studdard win American Idol than Kelly Clarkson.
Damn, I'm sorry. Was that wait, that was the first season?
I think it actually was Ruben Studdard and Clay Aiken versus each other.
Yeah, I feel like
maybe?
he was season 2.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh no, it was Justin and Kelly.
Yeah.
Justin Guarini.
Yeah,
And they made a movie.
From Justin to Kelly.
They made like a Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters ass movie.
Wow. If I could remove a moment. Fuck.
Right?
If I could remove a moment.
This one is like pretty insidious. This is a pretty good question.
Because a person, that's pulling too many strings, but a moment?
That's how you know you read too many like crises.
Mm.
You understand like time theory too
Yeah,
well.
yeah. It's butterfly, baby. Don't pull strings. A moment in my life. Like I'm trying to think of an instance
Genuine
where I
just-
like hurt
yeah.
someone's feelings.
Yeah.
Like where I said something like I shouldn't have
One
said
of those
that.
things that like inexplicably is still in your brain as like
yeah. Like that's what I'm trying to think of, but goddamn, I'm just too nice. No, I'm sure I've really hurt somebody before, and I'm trying to think of when it was. Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
I can't think of the exact instance,
Sure.
but I think I was talking to a friend's girlfriend years ago when they were first dating.
Yep.
And I think I said something that she never like told me that what I said hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the conversation stopped after I said it. I wish I could remember what I said, but the conversation kind of came to a halt. And I can kind of see in her face that I made her feel like
The
dumb.
shame is still there.
Yeah. And like I felt really bad about that. And I don't think I ever said I was sorry or anything. But like it's instances like that like they check me, where they go like, stop, just try, like if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, you know, that kind of thing. So it's probably one of those, and that happened more than once, I think. So it would probably be something like that.
I forget the name for it, but there's something about like the handshake that you do with someone for the first time that you meet them
Oh,
that speaks to a tendency that humans have
Uh-huh.
that other animals don't have necessarily, which helps them like learn preventative behavior, kind of
okay.
like where you wouldn't touch the same burner over and over again.
Go on.
And I don't know 100% if it's true, but I feel like sometimes those moments that are like these little pain points, like one time this guy made me feel really childish when I was like DJing a show and I turned on the lights after I was done to get everybody to go back to the bar.
Mhm.
And he was like, "This isn't a fucking nightclub, bro." You know? And he like turned the lights back off and it made me feel like I was being silly.
Right.
You know, and it's not a big deal. Like, I don't care.
But it
that
sticks with
happened.
you.
Yeah. And it just, something about that
it's formative.
interaction like touched me in a way that I like will not,
You'll never forget it.
I'll be wiser now or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of those things.
It's risk avoidance, man.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of those things.
I'm just trying, like, my thing is like I don't like making people feel bad when they interact with me.
Yeah.
And there's certain times where I feel like that's clear that that's happened accidentally, and I'd like to remove that.
I love that. Number 3. Have you ever experienced the call of the void?
Oh yeah.
AKA, this is for the listeners, an intrusive thought or sudden inexplicable urge to do something self-destructive, though not necessarily suicidal?
Absolutely.
And if so, when?
Oh, let's see. Like if I'm
I'm a big cliff guy.
yeah, so I think I was up somewhere high somewhere recently, like on like the 3rd story of something, right? And I was somewhere leaning over a rail, just looking over because I love looking out when I'm high up.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh man, this rail could just give way and I'd
Yeah.
be done, you know?
But you ever feel like you just want to go? Do you ever just feel the urge to jump in?
Yeah, like slightly. You know what I mean? Like
it's not really like I want to die. It's just like you want to fly off the cliff.
Yeah, like, it's like I could. It's more like, for me, it feels more like recognizing in the moment the potential energy, the potential power.
Yeah.
Like I could do this.
That's
There
real.
is nothing stopping me now but
leaping off this
me.
building. Yeah, exactly.
The only thing holding this, preventing my death from happening right now is my own willpower.
It's like self-control porn.
That's a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like jacking off, but just your self-control.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Kind of funny. Okay. Number 4. How's your sex life?
It's all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's move on.
Do you feel like you got an A on that one?
What do you want? Like, what?
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's all right. Like,
We fuck.
okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, we fuck.
Okay. All right.
What do you was that not the answer you think?
I don't have any interest in you answering this any more or less than you want to.
Was that vague ass question? I gave him a vague ass answer.
You just said like, let's move on in a way where it felt like you maybe could have said more, but that you wanted to.
No. The let's move on was like, what a silly question. I'll give you a silly answer, like, and we're done.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll take it. Number 5. What was the last piece of media that made you cry?
Oh man, I
and
cry all
why?
the time. Just the other day. Oh, was it this morning? Yeah.
That Luigi, yeah.
Yeah. Just this fucking morning. I'm sitting there putting on my pants to get ready for the day.
Yeah.
And I throw on occasionally the Ghostbusters YouTube channel will throw up new episodes new
Of the real Ghostbusters?
new episodes of the real Ghostbusters cartoon show from way back in the day. And it just happened to be this episode I've never seen before. I have no memory of it, but it's like Ray Stance's favorite comic book hero comes to life, like out of the comic book, him and the villain. And the episode opens up with Ray like wailing, "Oh, fucking Frank Welker." And the other Ghostbusters like, "What happened?" And it's like, "My favorite comic book's being discontinued. It's canceled." And they're like, "What?" And it was like, "You don't understand. Like, this is like, he's the reason I became a Ghostbuster, to fight the forces of evil, Captain Steel."
Right.
And like, it was real silly, but
gotcha.
like, well, the fact that like there's a direct line between watching the Ghostbusters, the cartoon movie, me watching that, to me getting into like comic books in general, to me having like what many would describe as the moral base that I have. I wouldn't describe it as morals, but many people probably would. There's a direct line between those two things.
So you're like,
go back, like, just, and it's a silly throwaway episode that's never mentioned again, right?
Right.
But like, to have like, oh man, it was just this moment of, I was able to trace that line back a little bit more for this silly ass fictional character, Ray Stantz. Like, he wanted to be a good guy because of this superhero, which like indirectly, like it's like an ancestor for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you are inspired by Ray.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
Love
Ray was
that.
inspired by this, so I got a little teary.
I keep forgetting that you say those are on YouTube. I gotta go check that. I love that show.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Like literally, I have 20 minutes before work. I'll throw on a Ghostbusters episode. Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I teared up a bit this morning. Like I like, the only media I watch is the media that makes me feel something. That's all I want to watch.
Hence Shawshank at Breakfast.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want to feel. So yeah, all the fucking time. All the time.
I feel that. Number 6. Which of your friends / family do you think would not show up for your funeral?
Ooh. I think there's tons of people that wouldn't show up for my funeral. I mean, like, there's tons of family too, because just like I'm not close to them, not like we're estranged or
Right.
fallen out.
It wouldn't be weird for them not to show up,
but
they just wouldn't.
Like, I'll name one family member that probably wouldn't show up. My cousin John. Like, we're probably like, he just doesn't come around much anymore.
Be too inconvenient for him to fly to a destination.
Like, I don't even think he'd know. You know what I mean?
Would you be cool with it
if he didn't come? If no one, dude, you don't even know. Oh man, are we getting too? I mean, that's kind of the point.
That's the
here,
point.
right?
It's you're just getting grilled.
You know what I wish I could do?
What?
You know what I've wished? You know what I've wished hard for many times over the past couple of years?
It sounds like you're about to say a wake.
No, the opposite.
A living wake.
I wish that when I die, if I die, right?
Uh-huh.
That when it happens, that like no one knew.
You want an Irish goodbye life?
Yeah. Like, you know what was the most attractive thing to me? Like, when I saw it, I'm like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could. Many times, many times have I wished to have that spell that Hermione had in that one movie.
Obliviate?
Where she like removed herself from her parents' minds.
Yes.
I was like, I want that.
You just don't want to be an inconvenience.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I just don't want to be a burden on anybody.
Yeah, like I would rather like Men in Black everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I could do that, oh my God.
Yeah,
What
like if I'm like, imagine they're like, and now everybody, we're gonna lower the coffin. Everybody look right here.
Yeah.
And then it plays
That's
the
what
Men
I
in
want.
Black theme song.
So as far as like people at the office who wouldn't come, fucking Colette wouldn't come.
Richard
probably, he might show up.
Yeah, he actually
He
might.
might show up.
That's like Richard is like, I can't believe he was even real.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
even
like
gonna.
TVG deep lore.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna tell anyone who that is or
Yeah,
what.
maybe one day we'll reveal
Yeah,
it.
maybe one day.
How about, what am I, 5 for 5?
You're pretty good. Yeah, so
Yeah,
far
this
that was
shit is
actually
easy.
6 for 6.
This is easy.
7. What's some advice one of your grandparents gave you that has stayed with you over the years?
Man, here we go. Oh, let's see.
Such a good question. Oh my God.
There's a story. I'll give you the bonus one first.
Okay.
It's not my grandparents, but it's my grandma's sister, Auntie Brenda.
Yeah.
Love her to death. She's the one that gave me the scale.
Shout out Brenda.
Auntie Brenda, Auntie B said years ago, she gave the same advice to Ted. Ted, do you remember this advice?
What?
Please tell me. Ted came to Thanksgiving one year.
Okay.
Ted, do you remember the advice Auntie Brenda gave you?
Oh.
Oh, she'd be disappointed. I'm going to let her know.
Never forget this, Ted. Never
No?
forget this, Theodore.
I'll remind you then. She said, if you're with a girl, if you're with a lady,
Okay.
and you guys are getting together and you're, kissing, and if you kiss on her neck and it tastes salty, don't go no further.
Ooh.
Do you remember that,
I
Ted?
don't remember that.
That is deep cut. That is like,
It's probably good advice, though.
you know what? I'll say it. It is good advice.
Yeah.
But it's
Wait, why is it probably good advice?
Because if their neck isn't clean, the rest of them probably isn't either.
salty. They've been perspiring.
Yeah.
Not
Not as an insult to the girl, but
some people have off days.
yeah, just
In the same way that you don't want to hug Alex every time you see Alex.
Yep.
Especially if you meet him outside in downtown LA in
Yeah.
95-degree weather.
just wait till another day.
Yeah.
But I remember there's a story with my grandpa. Apparently, my grandpa told me when I was like a 1-year-old or something like that. He's like, and he's basically walking anthropomorphic foghorn leghorn. He's real life. He is.
He's like, if that big chicken was a man.
I'm serious. If he was like got hit with the mutagen and just became full man,
Yeah.
that's my Popo. Popo told me like, nah, listen, we're outside and somebody's fucking with you and looking you wrong. You tell me and I'm gonna go whoop his ass. And he's being funny around everybody else. But apparently, we were at the store or something when I was like 1 year old, and somebody was probably looking at me because like I'm a 1-year-old kid, like cute kid, right?
Right.
And then like he's looking at me and I'm giving him the Black Mega Man eyes and shit. And then when I think about Black Mega Man, I think about me and Popo. I do every time.
That's so good.
And then I poked my Popo and I was like, Popo, he's staring at you. You gonna go whoop his ass? Just out loud in the store.
Hilarious.
So I'll never forget that one.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Geriatric philosopher, mutant, human.
Human chicken, man.
Yeah, dude, you're crushing it. Number 8, over halfway. Do you like yourself the way you are mentally, physically, spiritually?
No,
Why or why not?
I basically hate myself, but I'm working on it.
That's pretty solid. I feel like there is a lot of like benefit in like a global sense that we could have if more people were willing to just say what you just said.
I basically hate myself. I've hated myself for many, many, many years.
Really?
But here's the thing. For the past, like, I'd say month, maybe month and a half, not so, like I'm trying many different things. Like it's
we've caught you in a time of
transition.
spring.
You have. No, real talk. You have. And the reason why is just because like there are things that I think, like I believe I should be doing in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not doing them. I am now working on them.
Yeah.
So not so much anymore.
I would be interested to talk to more people like in our sort of age group.
Okay.
About that exact thing. Because
do you like yourself?
I don't like myself. Like I definitely don't. I mean, I've been living with clinical depression since I was like 12 years old or some shit. Right. But like in the last few months, I've really been feeling like the call of the wild to like get some things straight in my life. I don't know. I think more empathy about that type of shit would go a long way in general on the earth. And the idea that everybody's perfect is that everybody's like doing great and has no problems is like so damaging. Number 9. Describe in detail the moment when you first fell in love with another person.
Fell in love? Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, dude.
That's brutal, right? Was this the one?
I just don't, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about puppy love? Or like what? You know?
I mean, I think it's up to you to answer the question, but like love is love, right? Like, in good faith, you know what they mean pretty much.
That's the thing too. Even if I knew the exact person, the exact moment, that's super hard. That's what I'm saying.
You can say it's not a moment. And
that's what I'm saying. Like anyone that tells you like, and that's when I fell in love. I'm like, I don't believe that person. I think that love for me, my definition of love is something that is slowly built, super slowly.
You realize it way after you're in it. I think in my experience.
Yeah. So I don't think there's a moment, man. I think there's just you slowly come to care about that person's well-being to a point, Yeah. Yeah. I wish I had an answer for that.
Yeah. Not that we're getting into like hard mode or anything. I think it's a pretty even spread across the board of hard and easy questions. But
okay.
I was just about to get into a point where I was going to read you the compliment. And what I was going to say is, if you want, you can ask me for the prompt.
Oh, instead of
before you answer the question to see which one you want to do. I see what you're saying.
Well, here's the thing. That's my answer. Like my answer is I don't think there is a moment. If you feel like that's not satisfactory, I'll do the compliment.
I think as long as you qualify something like that, which you did, I think you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
sorry, not today, Ted.
I agree with you. I think part of that is also just because I agree with you. I think that love is a complicated thing and not like getting angry or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I can tell you the moment I get angry with someone sometimes.
Yeah, I wish I could answer that, but like there is no moment. It's a long process.
Yeah. Number 10. What is the most memorable time that you ate something and shortly after felt an oh no deep in your body?
All right, I'll give you the story. That's an easy one. I went to an all-you-can-eat sushi, which I used to do a lot more back in the day.
When I was younger. One of those, yeah.
I was younger. I could handle it. And this was a special occasion. I think it was a reunion. Maybe there was like a reunion of the dudes that worked on the Balrog film. I think this may have taken place between when I made the Balrog short film and the Vegas short film.
Okay.
I think a bunch of us got together, but I was also another guy there randomly. He was somebody's friend, and I don't know who. But that guy I only met him the one time. He was a very tall, attractive, gay Asian guy named Eugene. He has gone on to be like a very big star on like BuzzFeed. I think he's on TV now.
Oh.
One of the Try guys.
Yeah, I know this man.
Yeah, you met him?
I know who he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Eugene was a cool guy. He was there too, but the reason I bring him up is because that day we had a sushi eating contest at All You Can Eat Sushi.
Ooh.
Right?
The most dangerous thing.
So we were counting like we on like the napkins. We had a little pen. We were counting rolls.
God damn. Rolls?
Well, pieces of rolls.
Okay, good Lord.
Man. Now I want sushi. Fuck.
Dude, yeah, me too.
Fuck.
Sushi's fucked up because it's like kind of good for you.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. we were counting, and I didn't expect to like win necessarily, but when we were all done and we counted up the tallies, this dude Eugene had like a third more sushi than the person right after him. And so we were like, what? And like, he's like a very thin, fit guy. And we were like, are you like, we were all very skeptical, right?
Yeah.
But no matter. So
you thought he was boosting his numbers?
I thought he was but now I don't know. Maybe he's just a fucking G like that.
He's gonna get us blackballed.
I know, right? So shout outs to Eugene. And I remember we went back to his apartment with him and his roommate, me and Greg, for a little bit after to hang out, and I was very thirsty. And I asked him for some water. He gave me water in a big plastic cup, but it was like it was full big ass plastic cup. Which is exactly what I wanted.
Yep.
And the water was like slightly below room temp. So it wasn't cold. It was like
when you want water to be cold that you just put in the fridge, but it's like not long
exactly
enough yet. Yeah.
And I was so thirsty, I downed it. You know me, I'll down water.
I crush
quick.
water like a bitch too.
Right.
Yeah.
And then something happened. Like all that fucking rice in my belly was like we're
floated?
okay.
Yeah.
And then it didn't float, it expanded.
Oh, you got riced like a bird at a wedding.
You got riced.
Rice is nice. That's what they say.
And I didn't know what was happening at first. I figured it out later that it was probably, I downed a bunch of fucking lukewarm water after all you can eat sushi.
That's like how you start cooking rice.
But I remember I was like, can I use your bathroom? And because I felt the flop sweat and the salivating, I'm like, this is happening.
Soundtrack by Harry Gregson Williams. Dun, 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 dun.
It was bad. And I remember like standing over the sink being like, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like later in retrospect, I was like, why was I standing at their sink instead of their toilet? And I think it's because I was just fighting. Like I wasn't ready to give in.
You were in denial about the fact that you were going to like puke. You thought you just needed to like square yourself down.
Here's the thing. I didn't.
You didn't?
I somehow fought it back.
You willed it. See, that's why you were sitting at the sink.
Exactly. I was like, I can't let this. I was ready I was ready to puke in the sink.
Yeah.
And then I've been like, what? I puke in the sink. You know what I mean? So I'd have to have someone come in there and shit and help me.
Yeah.
Right. But I didn't, man. And I held it back. I felt real shitty for the rest of the day. But man, like, I'll never do that again. I'll never do that again. So there's your answer.
That's pretty good. I can't ask for more on that one. Number 11. What are you purposely ignorant about?
Oh, plenty. But it's usually just media that I don't give a shit about. Like, yeah.
Get into it, yeah.
Like, there's these movies, these music, these TV shows, these video games, there's tons that I don't want to know about.
What about like politics or like world events or?
There's nothing that I'm like willfully ignorant about that. No, there's not like, nah. I mean, sure, I'll like change the channel if I'm not interested at the time.
Sure.
But there's nothing that I'm like on policy, like I will not hear about the Middle East, right? No. Of course
like
not.
for example, I've been waiting since the beginning of the pandemic to figure out my wedding situation because I have some family members that are immunocompromised and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm waiting till it's like very, very safe to have a wedding because I just want it to be very like low stress and not be like a super spreader event.
That's understandable.
So I read a lot of COVID news. It started out being about my wedding, right?
Yeah.
So I was reading a lot of COVID numbers and stuff like that. And it gets so stressful to read about the pandemic sometimes that I would have to like purposely, I guess it's not ignorance because I am still like aware of what's going on in like a larger sense, but like I would literally have to like block myself from reading certain things. Or like, same thing with like the comment section sometimes.
Oh yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. So like there are things that I am genuinely
Absolutely.
like
That's a good one, too.
purposefully ignorant about, but I don't know. Like I don't know if that gets your ball rolling anymore. But yeah, media that you don't care about, like not getting stuck in the hype machine.
Yeah.
Surprisingly hard to do as a video game talker person on the microphone.
So
me.
that's what you are.
That's the best I can ever tell anyone. I say I talk into a microphone about nerd shit and people laugh at it.
That's kind of real, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you purposely ignorant about? That's a pretty good one. Number 12. Do you have a deeply held superstition which you've never told anyone?
Never told anyone? No.
Or never told anyone maybe in the microphone sense?
Superstition? No, I don't. I don't have any.
Not
Like,
a very
I have like
superstitious
little
guy?
things here and there. Like I'll still do knock on wood. Is that an ant? What up, dude?
We got some ants going on. Yeah.
I'll still do knock on wood occasionally, even though it's stupid. So here's one. Like sometimes I'll question the existence of karma, but then I'll usually within a minute dismiss it. I'll be like, man, did this happen because I did this? And I'll be like, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
It's like it's that residual that residual karmic belief that I hold feels like residual Catholic belief that I hold.
Oh yeah.
Well, I still found myself like it's real innocuous and innocent. Where I'll be let's say we're betting on Salty Bet, right?
Sure.
And I'll be like, please God, let this work. I'm not actually praying to God,
Right.
but I was raised Catholic, so that stuff
You're
is just
calling
still in
for
me.
some
So
sort of holy intervention somehow.
right,
Yeah, 'cause
right.
That's your
Like
context.
it's almost vestigial. It's residual,
yeah,
right?
That's true.
And the same. I guess I feel the same way about karma, where like the idea of it. I don't think I've ever believed in karma, but the idea is so simple and easily understandable that sometimes I find myself being like, oh man, I should watch what I say because it's gonna come back to me. I think there's some truth about that because I think like, I guess what I'm saying is this. I do believe that if you put positivity out, you get positivity back, but I don't think that has to do with any sort of celestial cosmic karma.
I think it just means
I think it has to do with like, if you make people have a good day, they make people have a good day.
why the fuck would
so on
they
and so
be a
forth.
dick to you back? Yeah. I have a weird thing where I get anxious and then and things like go like it feels like things are supernaturally not going my way sometimes. And I
believe that.
I will
I believe that you believe that.
Yeah, and I will have, and I know I'm not, like, it's not like I actually think this, right? But I have this like paranoid delusion thought, like recurring thought of like, did this person just read my mind and like fuck me over?
That's a fun one too.
I think about that all the time.
That's a fun one.
And then I'll be like, fuck you in my brain to like, or
yeah,
I'll try and think of something gross to like,
So I'm gonna let you know something, Alex.
yeah,
It's true. All of us can read each other's minds except you.
it's fucked up. It's like the Truman Show.
So I'm talking to Ted right now.
What are you guys talking about, Ted?
What?
Ted's dead, dude. Don't even worry about it.
Wait, was that a bit, or were you just actually not like present?
You're talking to me?
Brett's talking to you
Oh,
through,
fuck. Let's move on.
through his mind.
Let's fucking move on.
I fucked it up.
Fuck me, Jesus Christ. All right, now I have to know. Ted, what were you thinking about just now?
Yeah, where were you at?
I was like, were we texting? Were we stacking?
You were just genuinely trying to figure out where the communication was coming from.
So did you not understand my bit?
I mean, I do now, but I didn't.
Okay.
Number 13. You're getting there. This is almost a chicken
that's
sandwich.
right. Yeah, good call.
This is almost a chicken sandwich. What is the thing you hate the most?
I was like, what is the thing? Well, it's a great movie.
What is the thing? Tell us more about the thing.
What is the thing? What?
that you hate the most?
Oh man, I hate a lot, unfortunately.
The most.
I guess they would be the opposite of the things that I value the most. So they would be like, oh man, what is the opposite of empathy? Closed-heartedness.
Sociopathy.
Yeah, like closed-heartedness, if you will.
Yeah.
Not trying to understand how other people feel. I suppose.
Selfishness. I don't know.
A bit. Yeah, I think selfishness is like a result of what I'm talking about. But yeah, closed-heartedness.
Like bad faithedness, manipulation,
making neglecting to use logic and critical thinking, and a lack of curiosity. I don't like those things.
I vibe on that. That's my like old person. I'm starting. I spend a lot of time thinking about like what kind of like annoying old person I'm going to be, and mine is I'm like those were the days kind of old person.
We're already there.
Yeah, I feel like people are losing all sorts of that type of stuff, and like I'm just watching it happen. I feel like I'm handing over the keys to like the museum to the robots. Number 14. This is who/what was the first thing you ever masturbated to?
Oh God, who knows?
What's the one you remember the first?
Who the fuck knows? Some like weird non-porn movie on Cinemax or something, probably.
Just like Gia.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's never like a full point. It's probably like fucking Bound or some shit.
Yeah.
Gia or Shawn. I don't know.
Did you ever do like the low speed internet, like porn sneak? Try and like print out something or like download something
Print out? No,
overnight?
I'm not a fucking idiot. Download? No. But like, I don't think it was ever. Yeah, the answer is yeah. It was never like I got internet too late, so I never like took an hour to download one picture of Gillian Anderson. That
Right.
wasn't me.
Right.
But I do remember like.
That was me. Yeah.
Is that real?
Gillian Anderson? Oh, yeah.
Okay. And did she ever pose nude or were they like fake?
Yeah, she did.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure it was in like Hustler, Playboy.
I didn't know
something.
that. Hustler? No way was it Hustler.
She's pretty like out there. Gillian
Alex,
Anderson
there's
is.
no way.
Let me see.
Stop.
I'm gonna look.
There's no way Gillian. Hustler's the fucking
It's like
trash mag, bro.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
But yeah, like there's no. It must have been like some film that had like a scene in it that made me feel weird. You know what I mean? It must have been like what's a movie that I used to watch that had like one like Terminator, right, or some shit like when Kyle and Sarah get it on or something like that. It must have been something like that.
I feel that. I'm trying to find this.
You really just try in the year of our Lord 2022 trying to find a naked picture of Gillian
I'm just trying to find what magazine she was in. There's a nudography.com. Has Gillian Anderson ever been nude?
And you're saying the answer is yes. I've never seen that.
She was last seen naked 5 years ago at the age of 48.
Where? On her fucking pool deck?
Nude picture shot by paparazzi.
Oh.
Full-size picture from band Sex Tapes, Mr. Skin.
You got to go to like the beginning of her career then, right? Because I
Yeah.
assume.
Unknown,
Was this after she was on X-Files or something?
Unknown magazine. The first time she was nude is in 92 when she was 23. So before and after X-Files, she's been nude.
So is that the magazine?
It says there's pictures of her and it says it's from an unknown magazine, but she looks pretty damn young. But
Unknown?
Yeah, I don't know what the
All
fuck's
right, whatever,
going on. Yeah,
whatever.
I can't get. I don't have any more than that to give.
Great.
Okay, that was 14. This is it.
This is
The last one.
This has been easy.
This one's not hard. This one's. I think you're gonna end. I think you're gonna clear this.
Okay.
What about video games helped you throughout your childhood?
Oh man.
Was it an escape?
Oh wow.
And if so, from what?
So I grew up near USC, like not across the street or anything, but my neighborhood was definitely full of student housing.
Yeah.
Not all of it, but enough of it where there just weren't a bunch of kids on my street. There were some that I knew like a little bit later in my life when I was like 12 or so. But like growing up, no fucking kids. Just imagine that. Like on my street, nowhere around me, no kids.
Right. It's like a college town. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that Pioneer or whatever it was that was right there, and that's it. That's all I think of when I think of USC.
So I was always jealous of like watching TV. I was always jealous of the stereotypically depicted childhoods on TV. People have these nice
Like the
big
Recess
houses.
vibe. Yeah.
No, more like
Urkel.
no. Like on a movie or something, like Kevin McAllister's house or something.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, cause I was an only child. I didn't have the kids around. Like I was lonely, I guess. So like, yeah, I grew up with the video games, the movies and the toys and shit. So I guess what they provided for me was something to do there. But later in life, it was definitely games like, there's definitely fighting games that taught me to like, there's no such thing as fair. I think that concept is a fucking balm on the ego. And when something shitty is happening, you have to go, okay, everything has a weakness. I have to find it. It's a Bruce Lee shit, man.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that like, you know, when your opponent pulls, you push and vice versa.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess they provided divertido for me when I was little. And a little bit later on in life, the fighting games taught me to, instead of like whining when things go wrong, just adapt and have fun adapting too.
That's really like honestly the barometer, I think, for enjoyment of fighting games. Unless you are magically Daigo, the moment you sit down, the only joy you can have in fighting games is when you let go of your pride a little bit.
I tell people that all the time.
Like
They're like,
people
well,
that,
what do I need to do to get into fighting games? Like, play them.
Yeah, people that don't like fighting games, quote unquote. You know,
Yeah.
they're like, I'm not good at it.
I don't really play competitive
Yeah.
games. I'm like,
like-
come on, bro.
It's like
I think they're afraid of losing.
yeah, exactly. And
Most of those people.
it's just something you have to get over. It's literally like improv. You just have to get over the whole thing
No,
about
it's real.
fucking up and being shitty.
You have to like look forward to losing.
that's like really, really real. What did I just do? Did I just delete all my notes?
You looking at pictures of Gillian Anderson again?
No.
This motherfucker said hustler. Just spread eagle star.
There's no way. There's no way that's
just
true.
gaping asshole Anderson.
There's no way. But hey, you made it through. Brett
Now
gets
hold on a
grilled.
second. Now I feel like I have to do at least one compliment to Ted.
Okay, all right. Pick a number between 1 and 15.
6.
6.
Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys.
You picked maybe the worst one on
Oh,
all
great.
there.
Yeah.
Here it is. Ready?
Yeah.
Compliment Ted's scent.
Oh, that's easy. You know why?
Why?
Ted, I don't think I've ever smelled you. Like, everybody has a stinky day sometimes.
Yes.
Shit happens, sometimes quite literally.
Yeah,
I've never smelled Ted. There's nothing to complain about there.
that's true.
Well done, Ted.
That's true. Ted is
Thank
a
you.
very smooth, clean man.
There it is. Easy
I never
peasy.
feel like Ted looks dirty.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I'll agree to that.
You keep it tight, Ted.
Thank you.
But yeah, you passed Brett gets grilled, so now Brett gets fried.
I get grilled. No,
Yeah.
fucking, I can't get fried. Let's get grilled. I'll get like a salmon or something.
Yeah, you get like some
Let me
kind
get
of
a salmon
sandwich.
salad,
Yeah,
huh?
you get it. Yeah, you can have that.
That was fun. Thanks for the questions.
Yeah. That was actually all Patreon questions. That's pretty cool.
Thanks, patrons.
Really like went above and beyond with the like. I feel like the only reason this didn't get way grosser is just for legitimate respect. I think they have legitimate respect for you not to put you.
Tommy
through.
Wiseau was in here. How's your sex life?
How's your sex? How is it? But that's it for segment 2. So let's get into the one that's every time fan Q&A. Yep. All right. So last week we asked this question. It was, this is your chance for a video game soapbox. What's a good original opinion you'd like to share about video games that you haven't heard a lot of people say before? We got a lot of responses to this.
I'll bet.
Yeah. So, Brett, I'm going to let you take the first one.
All right, this is from PK Kirby, who says, sorry about that. Diddy Kong is one of the greatest video game protagonists of all time. In his debut game, he outshines Donkey Kong, being more fun to play as, given his speed and smaller hitbox. He also is given a small character arc, as it was his fault that the Banana Horde was stolen by King K. Rool, and he has to prove himself by helping DK get it back. Unlike most sidekick characters, Diddy was thrust into being the main character in his second ever appearance, and it produced one of the best 2D platformers of all time. Additionally, in DKC2, he collects all 40 hero coins, which puts him above the likes of Mario and Link on Cranky's video game heroes list, and that Kong has seen it all. Diddy also completes his arc, transforming from a measly sidekick who has to live in DK's shadow to a full-fledged hero with an awesome girlfriend. But I'm not done. Afterwards, he starred in the best kart racer for the N64, Diddy Kong Racing. This game sold exceptionally well and innovated in the kart racer genre by adding a full story mode with boss battles, 3 unique vehicles, and a worthwhile completion bonus, something I know the boys at TLVG appreciate.
One boy.
Throw in a robot.
Throw in a robot.
What the fuck's wrong with me? I don't think this accent has that sound.
He never has said this word before.
Never. Throw in a robust number of appearances in Mario spin-off games, being high or top tier in every Smash game he's been in, and being able to freestyle rap on the fly after completing a level, and you got one of the best resumes in video game history. He may not be doing so hot these days, but I hope the next DK game gives him the spotlight he deserves. This guy's thought about this a lot.
Yeah. Is that what you think he's doing at the end too? Like,
Oh, he's busting rhymes, yeah.
You think that's just like monkey talk?
Yeah, he's rapping, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
all
like
right.
styling on people, yeah.
Yeah. So the other monkeys can understand and they think that's clever.
I don't know if they like his rap, but
Well, I mean, like they're like, oh, he's rapping.
They
They're
know.
they're hearing like bars.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's the most I've ever read about Diddy Kong in one sitting ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shout outs to you.
Thanks, PK Kirby.
I hope that felt good as much. I felt catharsis in the
Oh
language.
yeah, PK Kirby has been holding this.
Yeah, I'm happy to have provided this soapbox for you.
Everybody heard it, baby.
Next one is from Curtis Janwich. SSX Tricky needs to be HD remastered. For some reason, 3 is the only game you can buy on any current backwards compatible consoles, and Tricky is so incredible. I don't see enough groundswell around this, and now would be a perfect time for it to come out. Fair enough.
All right.
I'll tell you this, 1080 snowboarding available on the Nintendo Switch, but not SSX Tricky. What's that about? Way better song in SSX Tricky. Come on. All right, here's one for you.
Brandon says, I think people love Zelda games because of intense nostalgia. I never played Zelda games on NES or SNES or N64 for that matter. I've tried the vast majority, up to and including Breath of the Wild, and found them painful, boring, and derivative. While the series may have been innovative in the early days, just releasing the same thing over and over again, seemingly, is not the way to warm newcomers' hearts. Even Mario has been given a water jetpack and sentient hat.
I couldn't agree less. Like, the idea that Zelda is painful boring sounds very like bad faith. Like, it was really painfully boring. Pain caused you pain. It was so boring. Seems crazy.
Yeah.
And also, to answer the given a water pack and sentient hat comment, I want to remind everyone about a game that was made by Capcom for the Game Boy Advance that is called The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap, in which Link wears a sentient hat and shrinks down to a different size and switches from big to small over and over again. You know, I don't know. Feels novel to me. That's all. Yeah, and I think a lot of the Zelda games are pretty different from each other also. Like Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 are very different from each other.
Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
And I'm getting a little bit of like doesn't watch black and white movies kind of vibe from this too. I don't know, like just unwilling to see it in context. You know, I don't know. Kind of, yeah, I don't know.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks for sharing. Miss Diz says, open world games are overrated. No, I don't want to spend hundreds of hours chasing down boring question marks on an oversized map. I would much prefer a shorter, better crafted experience. Hell, I'll just say it. I like and prefer linear games. I'm an adult. I ain't got time for that open world. Collect 1,000 feathers BS. I get what you're saying. I think that a lot of games that go into the open world format don't have the depth to support an open world. I don't think that lumping all open world games together is doing anyone any favors.
But I think that phrase is now becoming extremely vague.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck does it even mean anymore?
Yeah, like, does that put like Final Fantasy VII and Skyrim in the same genre? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like and prefer linear games. Like, for example, Horizon Zero Dawn. I feel like if I just played through that game and just hit every main quest only, that it would feel very it would feel very linear and handholdy in that way. And I don't mean handholdy in the way of like overly handholdy. I just mean like, you know where to go from moment to moment and you don't ever have to stop and go in the open world, you know? I don't know. I don't think that open world games are necessarily the opposite of linear games is all I'm saying. But yeah. Next one is from Joel.
Joel says, too many games fit into too little mechanical boxes. The experimental boom of the PS1 era is over, and it's exceedingly rare to find a developer with the balls to try something. Some of the best games of modern times come from people not beholden to shitty companies with shitty boards who don't know shit about video games making safe and boring decisions. But for every Stardew or Honey Hop,
Honey Pop. Honey Pop.
All right. You then have heaps of leeches who copy beat for beat and make a worse version because they have no vision and just want to ride the wave. Because that's been the way for so long. A generation has grown up not knowing they could truly have so much more if they just demanded it and voted with their wallets. Unfortunately, hype culture wins every time. I even fall for it. And for as much as we bitch about the good old days, the money talks.
Woo! Man, I I hear what you're saying. I vibe with that. I am a little confused that Stardew and Honey Pop are your like the games that you mentioned for like being experimental and like new, because they are like some, pretty much just reinterpretations of games that have come before them. I don't know, but it seems a little too angry. It seems a little too angry.
That may have been my read, Alex. Don't read into that.
I mean, I'm trying to look at the words, and we're talking about shitty companies with shitty boards.
Shit shows up a lot, yeah.
Shitty companies with shitty boards who don't know shit about video games. Like I don't know that that's necessarily the norm at all. I feel like most people that work at video game companies are knowledgeable about video games and are trying to put out good video games. I think that there are things about money getting in the way and leading developers towards making decisions that maybe aren't in the best interest of the game itself or in the best interest of the customer all the time. But it's a stark view, I would say. It's a stark view. But yeah, that is the responses from last week's question. And now I have a question for us three to answer right now. What does that sound?
I think it's the AC probably.
Okay. All right. As long as it's not something that's busted, it's all good. It's just, it's like a weird, sounds like there's like a vibrator in a drawer somewhere.
Oh, you caught me. Yeah, it's the air conditioner.
Yeah, that's all right. It's okay. Next week's question for people to answer, and we're going to answer it right now, is what do you think the Super Beard Bros could do to get even more famous and successful?
Chase SEO trends.
Chase SEO trends? Do you think that would really work for us?
I mean, it would help. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't think we're just like another brick in the wall at that point? Another drop in the thing? I think we're too small.
Sometimes if you're going to have a wall of bricks, there's a top row of bricks. You know what I mean?
Like if I was getting 500,000 views on every video, I think that if I followed SEO trends that I could boost that number to like several million views per video. But at our size, I don't know. I just don't know.
It would make an improvement. You said it's more famous and successful?
Yeah, you're right. You're true. It probably would. It probably
by
genuinely
successful,
would.
That probably means money, because that's usually what people mean when they use that word.
Yeah.
So
it probably does mean it probably would make us more famous.
Yeah.
Technically. Yeah. That's true.
SEO bullshit.
Yeah. I think one thing we could do is like take some time. Like I would love to have more like understanding of the space, like I like to act as if the channel is kind of just like our resume. I don't really think about YouTube as something that I want to be beholden to in any way. I like it as a place to host media because it's convenient and it's easy to do and it gets lots of eyes on videos. But I think having somebody like if I could like take a class and actually learn about how YouTube works as a platform, I could make more informed decisions. But the thing is, I'm honestly, I think the real question is, what do you think Beard Bros could do to get even more famous and successful that won't like kill my soul? But I don't know. I don't know.
Trying to outsource ideas right now? Is that what this is?
I'm just trying to understand what people perceive of us, what people think we are doing and what we're not doing. I just want to see how educated our audience is about how this process actually works. I'm just interested to see what people think we're doing wrong.
Interesting.
Like what could we be doing? What could we be doing better? What could we be doing to be, and I don't mean better for you personally. I mean better numbers, better performance. I really want to know what people think we could do to change that. Because I think that the answers that we get to this question are going to be very interesting. But I really wish that I could learn about YouTube, but I don't even think that YouTube knows about YouTube completely. So I think it's a little bit of a pipe dream for me. I guess if I was being more like internal, like what could we do? That's like the team that's here. What could we do to be more famous and successful? I think we could like put some money into advertising. I think like that's another thing we could do if we had the budget. We could just like put some money into advertising and put Beard Bros out there a little bit more. I don't know how that works, but like promoted posts and tweets. Yeah. What do you think, Ted?
Sexy lady in the thumbnail and like a picture of one of you like, oh.
Yep. SEO bullshit.
Yeah. 100%.
Maybe reaction videos.
Yep.
Like I know there's so many of them out there, but I feel like as a fan,
you want to
see your favorite YouTubers react to like the same thing.
But if you're already our fan, like, is you watching that video going to make me more famous?
Oh, fair.
You know what I'm saying?
It might.
Maybe.
The answer is it might.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting question. I'm not trying to imply that we're failing in some way. I think that Beard Bros is pretty much.
This is the final Beard Bros video, by the way.
Yeah, this is it. Episode 9 of the pod that we said from the beginning we only wanted to do 9. Yeah, I'm not trying to say there's like we're in trouble or something. I'm just interested to what you guys think out there. I'm interested to know what you listeners think we could be doing to get more famous and successful. Not something that's even my real goal in life. I just want to know where your heads are at on that. I think that's very interesting. But yeah, if you want to answer that question, you can head to patreon.com/superbeardbros where you can join the podcast here. And not only can you do that, you also get episodes a little early sometimes. You also get the ability to participate in all the various things that we do. All the questions that we asked Brett came from patrons. Every episode title comes from patrons. The whole top 5 section all came from patrons. So if you want to be a part of that, patreon.com/superbeardbros. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Thank you so much for listening. I've been Alex.
My name's Brett.
And I've been Ted.
And we'll see you guys next time.
We appreciate you guys. Thanks again.
Bye.
On my fucking phone, bro?
Yeah, we have an ant situation over here, Ted.
Get out of here, bro.